will be a time when you and me finally can talk. If you speak now, your words will only tear us apart. I pray you'll find a way to mend your broken heart. Yeah, you can show me a new place to start. And you decide if you wanna play pretend. And you decide if you wanna see me again. If you wanna see me again. If you wanna see me again. If you wanna see me
Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome to this Magic Circle class. If you're just logging on, hopefully you made it okay. I had a little problem getting online this morning, but we're here now. We're gonna get ourselves going. We're here for just about 55 minutes, got our timer on. We're gonna be working with the Magic Circle. This is part of the play category of JZ Studio. Every month there are 4 new classes dropped in the category of flow, which is more of a Pilates-based mat workout, play with toys, lift with weights, and B, meditation. And there's also move, which is a little bit more of a low impact offering. So with that said, gather up your circles, gather up your energy. Let's get ready to do this thing. Let's bring our feet just hip-width distance apart. I'm gonna move my circle forward, and we've got an energetic playlist this morning, so let's just roll the shoulders up. A couple times here, just getting everything warm and luscious. Good. Try to get an energetic one going for you today on this Saturday morning. Let's reverse, back to front, and 2. Good. Hoping that everything is working out on your end, but if it's not, no worries, we're always recording. We're always recording. 2 more. Good. All right, let's just take a deep breath in. We'll reach up one side, bending the other one down, and then stretch on the other side and reach. Good. And stretch. A few more times. Lengthening up. Excellent. 2 and 1. Reach both arms up. Turn your palms away, as far away as you can. Turn them back towards each other, wrapping your underarms forward. Turning them away, maybe widening the space between them, and back inwards. Good. One more time. Turning them away and back inwards, and then face your palms forward. Bring your arms out to your side. We're going to bring the left hand in front of our pelvis, right hand behind. And just for a moment, soften your knees, feel your breath. And as you're breathing in and out, can you feel a sense of connection from the front to the back? More along the lines of creating a parallel relationship between the front and the back of the body, rather than sucking in, hardening, bracing. We just want to know that there's a conversation happening. So from here, let's bend our knees a little deeper. We'll do a little shoulder warm up, reaching out, and then just come in contact with your body as you come to the front, breathing in and breathing out. There you go. Breathing in and breathing out. A couple more like this, just reaching and feeling that internal rotation of your upper arm, that turn in, place that we don't necessarily always want to be. We'll do 1 more each side. Good. Last one. Reach and pull all the way in. We're going to bring both arms around to the front, elbows into the side, palms face up. From the top of your arm, rotate your arms out, rotate them back in. Rotate out, open your chest, pull them back in. I'm a little tired this morning. This is a little earlier than I think Saturday wanted me to be, but I'm just gonna meet that energy exactly where it is I'm going to acknowledge a little stiffness today. Work with breath, work with invitations. It's always my strategy whenever my body's feeling a little bit slow. I'm like, would you like to come and play? And a lot of times it's tempting enough. Let's open out to the side and stay here. Roll those blades down and back and just reach and pull in and reach and pull in. Good. We can add a little hip motion to it this morning. Why not? This is the invitation. My body was like, please invite my hips to come online with this. Please invite my hips. Good. Mostly because I got a little soreness happening from our Teach from the Heart class yesterday. Woo, good. Let's do 2 more here, reaching side to side. Good. Come back to center with your hips. Reach your arms out and just cross out and cross out and cross. Almost ready with that shoulder warm up. We've got that circle beckoning us to get it, to grab it, to pick it up for 2 and 1. Good. Let's circle our arms all the way up. Dive forward, round over. Reach to either side of your circle. Take a deep bend of your knees, plie if you will, then lift your hips up nice and high. Again, bend and stretch. Good. Bend and stretch. One more time. Bend and stretch. Swivel your heels in towards each other. So the heels are together, toes are apart, and let's bend the knees here. Coming down and stretching up. Good. And bend and lift and bend. That's right. And up. Good. And bend and stretch as much as you can. Last one. Good. Now let's swivel the heels apart and bend the knees in. This one might not be as comfortable. Do what you can. Maybe it's more comfortable for you. Who knows? We're just pressing and just finding the interior landscape of the hip. Good, last one. And bend, good. We're gonna bring the heels back together. We're gonna bring the toes back together, legs side by side, bend your knees, gather your circle, rolling up through the spine. Just feeling that long vertical line from in between your ankle bones, all the way up through the center of your body, out through the crown of the head. We're gonna take the circle on our bicep. So right at that upper arm area. Good. So I like to start here because I love the engagement of the arms from the back into the circle, but it does take a little bit of finesse. So once we're here, we're gonna press and release. I'd like to invite you to breathe in as you press and exhale. Good, breathe in. Getting taller. Again, breathe in. And now you can feel that energy between your hands. And as you press in through the arms and breathe in, it's like you're holding that energy right between the palms. And press, like a bubble that won't quite pop. Let's go for 4. And release. Good. Collarbones wide. Feeling the connection from the shoulder blades onto the back. For 2. Good. Last one. Excellent work. Good. We're going to bend the elbows and bring our hands, thumbs right underneath the circle itself, keeping the upper arms engaged. Inner thighs lifted. We pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. Good. And reach. Just a little interior connection. Interesting for some. Press and press and press and press. Good. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Release. We'll interlace those fingers. We're going to lower the circle down. And then from here, pull it up. I've still got my thumbs underneath it. It's a thumb strengthener. We're going to grip and see if we can flip the circle over and stretch the wrist just with that gentle weight of the circle. If you're using a really heavy one, you might want to do this part without it. So we're coming up, stretching between the shoulders, making space for the circle to dive down. Yeah, it's a little choreography, but why not, right? Organizing the shapes of your body Good, let's do a couple more. Lifting up, make this space, press it down, pull it up. Woo! Thumbs, any of you out there with children or hands, there's a condition called mommy thumb, de Quervain's thumb, and I've had it, and I find that as much as I don't want to strengthen my thumbs, because it feels a little bit boring sometimes, but it's worth it. Last one. Good. All right, let's bring the circle up. Heels of the hands on the circle. Reach those arms forward. Wide collarbones. The circle's just in front of your chest. We're gonna press into the circle, lift your right heel, and lift your left heel. So just a little pulse, rolling to the ball of the foot. Good. There we go. Press and press. And good. Trying to find that deep connection to your shoulder joint. So you're not reaching away from your joint, you're reaching with your arms, with your hands. Good. 4 more here. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Take the circle over to your right hip, just below your hip bone on the side. And we're gonna put the forearm up at the top. So you have a good amount of squeeze between your arm and your back. So draw that shoulder down, energy in the opposite arm. We're gonna close the gap between the arm and the side body, and then lengthen it back out. Good. And also I'm thinking of opening, which wasn't happening very much, opening the chest and reaching out. So we're getting into some of those side and back muscles. And we're also gonna add a hip in just a moment. Good. Let's press deep and release. And press and release. 2 more. Press and release. And last one. And release. Good. With the right foot, lift your heel. And then we're gonna just get what we call in the movement world, because we're so snobby, we call it pedestrian. So you're just gonna hang out on that hip, right? So here's the deal. Hip presses to hip, presses to circle, presses to arm. It's not about hiking up, but it's about making a strong connection, and you should feel the majority of the activity happening over in this leg. So we're hanging out, hand on hip. We're gonna press hip to circle to arm, and our arm is really holding the space strong, and then we release all the way down. All right, so it's gonna be press and release and press. This is one of those exercises that for the first few repetitions, you're like, what is she even like? She's trying to make fetch happen here. But then you'll feel it. Good. Lift. And reach the hip out. And pull and press. Reach it out. Make sure that your standing leg, the left leg, is not locked. And you'll find a little more connection to the sole of the foot. Good. Last one here. We're gonna just press and hold. I want you to think of doing a little pulse and pulse. It's really from your hip, from your glute, maybe your inner thigh, pulse and pulse, moving this part of the circle towards your arm and not the opposite, which is hard. Try to make it specific. Good. 4 and 3 and 2. Now I'm gonna keep my hand here to keep me honest, and then lift your knee and touch your toe. Lift your knee, so it's a new balance. And you can tell when you're flailing, is what I was gonna say, and I guess that's what I mean. You can tell when you're coming offline with your balance, when the circle starts to release tension. So keep this leg moving in to the circle for 4 and touch, 3 and good, 2 and 1. Good. Touch it down, lower the heel, release, take your circle forward, and then reach it all the way to the ground. So we're gonna put the ball of the foot on the circle, our opposite leg is bent, and the back is flat here. And we're just gonna try a little balance, thinking about the work of this hip. We push down to lift the circle and the leg back up, and we hinge at the hip to lower it all the way back down. I'll turn to the side. So we press and we stand to lift, and we're keeping pressure into the foot, pressure in the hands to lower. All the way up to the top, hinge to lower. Good. All the way up to the top, hinge to lower. Let's go one more to come all the way up to the top. Now, if you're here and you want to try a little stretch, try a little bend, be my guest. Good. I'm going to do my best to turn to face you. Woo! She's got something. I don't know what it is. There we go. Reach. Good. For 3. Feel that standing leg. 2. If I think of it and react to it like chocolate, then it usually goes better. Good. Reach it. Pull it down. And then hinge at the hip. And come out of it, roll all the way up. Meaning the sensation I'm feeling at my hip, if I react to it as if I would react to seeing a very delicious dessert, like going, sometimes I can trick the brain jar into believing that it feels good. All right, are we ready for the other side? I think we're ready. Did we just blow your mind? I hope not, it's not that engaging, that novel. Let's press the arm into the side. And yet, it is a little bit of those things. Press and release. Good. And release. Remember, closing the gap. So not only are you pressing your arm into your side, you can also think of widening your back into your arm. Press. Release. Good. For me, always, the more perspectives, the better. Good. Let's go 4 more here. To press, release, and press, release. Good. And press. Good. 1 more. Press to a working position. Roll to the ball of your left foot. Remember, we're going to take the hand to the hip. We're going to hang out in that hip. We go hip, hip to the circle. Release. Hip, hip, circle. Good. Trying to keep square in our hips. I have such a rotation that sometimes I'm not really sure if I'm right on it or not. So it's good to peek and check. And hip, hip, circle, yes. Hip and circle. That arm is holding its space. Good. Just a little unlocking of the knee, especially for those of you who like to lock out your knees and balance from that joint. Try to find it. Hip and circle. And hip, hip, and circle. Good. Couple more. Hip and circle. Last one. Hip and circle. You pulse. Just pulse it in. Pulse it in. We've lost our music, and this is what happens in a live stream, so I'm going to find it again. Keep pulsing and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. And good. There we go. All right. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Good. I'll meet you here. Pressing and pressing. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and hold. We're gonna lift and touch. Lift and touch. That's it. Up and touch. Up and touch. Lift. Good. Woohoo. Lift and touch and up. Good. Give me 4 more. And 3 and 2. Last one. Good. Release the circle. Bring it around. Bring it all the way down. Flat back. Ball of the foot on the circle. Find that connection. Find that tension. Reach your hips back behind you, and we're lifting up to the top, reaching. Oh, it's the fun leg, everybody. Good. It's the fun leg, and it's a little nerves, I'm not gonna lie. Always doing these things is just a little bit interesting. We've got it though. Good. Push it down. Lift, reach. Press it down. I'm working for the outer edge of my heel on this one. 3, and lower. There we go. 2, and down. Good, last one. Bring it up, hold it there, extend, and bend. Good. Stretch, and bend, yes. And stretch, and bend. Good, standing taller. Reach, and bend. Let's do 2 more. Reaching out, bending in. 1 more. Pull it all the way in, lower it all the way down. Step out of it, roll up through the spine, hippie dance. Woo! Great. Take your legs out to the side, take your circle into your hand. Let's just take a range of motion. So we're gonna reach it up to go back. And again, just getting a little more heat in the body. Swing it, good. 3, you can try a little balance, a little suspension. 1, other side, here we go. Up to go back, up and back, lift. Play always has an element of unexpected developments in it. That's what I love about this format. That's why I created it. Good. Come back to center. We're gonna take it back into the right hand. We're gonna swing it back. We're gonna bring it up. Swing it back, bring it up. You know what's coming. Speaking of unexpected nature. Good, so we are gonna toss it. In 4, in 3, in 2. Here we go. Lift and swing and lift and swing. Take your eyes to it. How high can you toss it? Woo! Don't worry about perfection. This is where we play. We don't always know where it's gonna go. We don't always know how we're gonna react to it. The point is that we do our best. Keep going. Reach, press, and reach, and press. Let's go for 4. Woo, 3, 2, 1. Good, excellent work. Yay. We're gonna put the circle around our neck, literally. Flip the handle, turn and face the edge of your mat. And from here, take your hands to the inside of the handle. We're gonna take the circle just up to your hairline. So it's like your occiput, that little bump on the back of your head can rest onto the handle. Legs are working as one. We've got those hips on line, hopefully. And our elbows are reaching forward with a wide chest, just slightly out to the side. We're gonna rise up, almost lifting your head from your shoulders, and then keep reaching the circle up as you lower your heels down. That's right. Lifting up, reaching those elbows, lifting your chest, and then trying to lengthen your spine from tail to head as you lower. Good, a couple more here. Reaching up. Good. Keep lifting and lengthening that neck. You've got a little pressure from the head into the circle, and then vice versa from your hands into the back of your head. Good. And lower. Good. Now keep your pressure from your head to your circle consistent, round forward. Don't let that head drop. Bending through your back. Don't let that head drop. Don't pull on it too much. Good. Now roll up from the back of your head. Press into the circle. Get that stretch. All the way down, pressing into your feet. This looks like not a lot, but oh, is it delicious. Here we go again. I guess today's going to be a food metaphor class. That's okay. We're not mad about food metaphors. Good. Press the back of your head up. Feel the stretch between your shoulder blades. Your elbows are reaching forward. No pain here, only good feels. If you're experiencing pain, ease off, or maybe release the circle and don't do this one. Make that best choice you can for your body. Rolling all the way up. Good. All the way up to the top. Excellent. All right, elbows lower, and we're gonna have the circle a little bit more in line with the top of your forehead. And what I want you to do is just pull your chin back, pull it back, let it go forward. Hopefully you can see from the side. Pull it back. It's like you're pulling your face into your face. Let's go 4. Good. And release. Hands are just holding their space. Head is retracting. There's probably a double chin going on. It's all good. It's all good. Normalize double chins. Here we go. Last one. Good. Find a place for your head to be. Last time to roll down. Good. Reaching all the way down. At the bottom, you can release your circle. Place it perpendicular, and we're gonna reach the crown of your head to the circle. So let's heel toe our feet apart. Go ahead and bend your knees. I'm gonna try not to blast you with the microphone. Find the crown of the head on the circle, chin in towards your throat, and then as you attempt to straighten your knees, let your head press down into the circle. You can use your hands here to stabilize it if you need to. So we're gonna bend and slowly feel the circle unweighted, and straighten the legs and slowly deepen our stretch. So you've got your hip folds working deep. You've got the weight of the crown of the head really pressing down. Good, press. Let's do 3 more. Bending and pressing. There's a little bit of nuance here. And bend. Woohoo. As you press, let that lower back reach down, opening up. Good. Exhale all the way. One more time, everybody. Bend. I think it feels better than I expected. Hopefully it does for you too. Good. Release. Let it go. Go ahead and come down into a ball. Spin your heels together, knees apart, and just reach one knee down to the ground. And then reach the other knee down. I'll turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing. So we're reaching, stretching, good. Reaching and stretching. Couple more, reach. That's it, reach. This time as you reach your front knee down, bring your front hand down and see if you can stretch. It's a big, yawning stretch up to the side. Other side, reach the back knee down, push down with the back arm and just reach for something really wonderful. One more each side. Good, stretch, yawn if you're called to yawn. Ugh, one more. Groan if you're called to groan. That's it, reach. And excellent, do the best you can to make your way down into a seated position. We're gonna release here. We're gonna take the circle into the heels of our hands. Once again, sit tall, engage from those upper inner arms so that you can engage from the back as well. So we're pressing and we're rolling back. Finding that point just at the point of tension, we're gonna rotate to the front and to the center, to the back, to the center. Press down through your opposite hip as you rotate. And center, good. To the back. And center. Give me one more each direction. Press. And center. And back. And center. As you sit tall, extend your legs. Bring the circle perpendicular to the ground. Press down with your hands. Engage to spine stretch, reaching, deepening. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, roll it up. Let's point our feet to get a little ankle movement as we lift up through the top. And again, flex. Those obliques are coming back. We're just giving you a little break. Stretching again. Thinking about that relationship between the crown of your head and your tail. How is that working for you now? Sitting all the way up. One more time here. Press, flex, reaching through the crown, feeling that length and lift through the back of your head. And pressing, good. We're gonna take the circle up, bend your knees, sneak them back on the mat, and roll as you press. Good. Pausing here, we're gonna turn to the front and lift that front leg, come back to center, and turn to the back, lift the back leg, come up to center. Think about bringing your knee to your underarm. Good. That's it. And pull. And let's take up the pace a little bit. So we're going up and lift. Keep the integrity, keep the quality. We're just going a little faster. Feel the balance point on the back of your pelvis. Reaching. Good. 4 more. And 3. And breathing. And 1. Good. Roll up. Open your legs a little wider this time. Bring the circle a little closer. We're going to bring your elbows on top of the circle. Bring your hands together. And we're using the upper body to move the circle down. And then as you roll back up, think of coming into a long diagonal line. So round. This is very similar to a hinge to contraction on the Wunda chair. That's right. As you do again, let's flex the feet as you come over, pressing ribs to hips, pressing down through your sits bones, reaching out through the crown of your head. Press. Good. Reach. And lift. And lengthen. We're going to do one more time. Press it down. Hold it here. Now we're going to pulse, but this is not a bounce. We're going to try to deepen and deepen and deepen. Join me when you're ready. We can go. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. Keep going. Press, press. Good, good. Last one, and slowly lengthen all the way up. Take it back in. Bring it all the way back. Roll down. We're going to rotate to the front and lift the front knee. Bend and straighten. Rotate to the back. Lift the back knee. Bend and straighten. To the front. Lift the knee. Stay with me. Bend and straighten. To the back. Lift the knee. Bend and straighten. A little faster, maybe with a float. Bend and straighten. Maybe with a balance. Bend and straighten. 4. Pull. 3. In. 2. And pull. Good. Last one. And pull. Lower down and make your way down onto the mat. Sigh, sigh, sigh. Good. So some of those neck engagements were just born from being a little tight, doing a little rotation, not feeling amazing about it. So hopefully that felt good for you. We're just going to take a moment to breathe. Hands on top of the circle, and your handle goes on your sternum. Again, grab a mat or a pillow or something if you don't have a cushy handle. We're just breathing in to expand. And then as you exhale, think of your elbows getting wider as your chest moves towards the ground. We're not overly pressing, just accentuating what's already naturally happening in the breath with the ribs. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in. Good. Exhale. Feel your shoulder blades connecting to the mat a little bit more definitely. And last one. Breathing in. Exhale, breathe all the way out. Make sure your heels are in towards your sits bones. We're going to keep it here and start rolling the pelvis back, dropping into the waist, reaching all the way up to our bridge at the top. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Little pressure on the circle helps your chest move through your shoulders, reaching down, rolling out to the hips. Let's do this again, curling back. Pressing up to the top, lengthening there, lifting up. Exhale, circle helps the chest move through the shoulders, connecting wide to each side of the body. Let's do a couple more, rolling up, reaching through, pressing to the top, all the way up. Deep breath in, exhale. Down, 4, 3, 2, one more time. Good. Rolling. Think of getting wider on the sides of your body so you can open up and feel it. Let's exhale down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Go ahead and take your circle in between your inner thighs, just above your knees. I like to walk my feet in a little closer, so we're starting with some engagement. We're gonna press in 3, 2, 1, release. When you release, don't let that circle fly. Think of bringing it to a place that's still active. Level in the hips, reaching back through both sides of the pelvis. Press, 2, 1. Think about the sides of your rib cage. Letting your lungs rest on the back of the body. Press, 2, 3. Good. Couple more like this. 2, 1. Release. Press. 2, 1. Release. Last 2. Last 1. Press. 2. Let's hold it right here. Little pulses. And press. And press. And press. Good. Just reminding those inner thighs what the concept of endurance is for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release all the way. All right, take your circle out. We're gonna take the heel of your front leg onto the circle and then find that connection with your glute or your thigh. Now, your circle might fly. I get it. It happens. We're not gonna worry too much about it. We're doing the best we can to keep our hips level on the mat. You're gonna drag your heel into your sit bone, pulling it in and reaching it out. So there's a little bit of hovering above the mat that happens unless you've got slippery socks on. What I like to do is really press down through the back of the same hip into the mat so that I don't kind of grip my hip flexor as I'm doing this, because you're working it as you're lifting your foot off. But I don't want to be distracted by it, because I'm trying to bear weight here and just get a little hamstring. Good. Let's do 4 more here. Pull and in. It does help to think of breaking a pencil behind your knee. 2 more. Pull and release. Last one. Pull and release. Now, if you've got a good hold on it, I'm going to challenge you to lift it up into a different angle. And we're just gonna do press, release, press. Now, if you need to hold it there, by all means, do it. Press, release, push, and push. Good. Press and press. We go for 4. Oh, we're gonna lose it. And 3. It's a mystery. The anticipation. Good. Last one. Hold it in. Can you pulse it in? Pulse, 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 pulse. Little, little, little. For 4 and 3 and 2 and good. Go ahead and take the circle out. I laugh because it's hard. Extend your leg long, reaching out. We're gonna bring that leg back in. It'll probably go a little closer towards your sits bone this time. On your other side, bring your ball of your foot into the circle. We're gonna just point the foot and flex it down. Point it and flex. So think of pushing on the gas through the ball of your foot, and then I'm gently pulling into the stretch. Nothing too harsh. Not about punishment here. Good. 2, and pull. And last one. Good. Come into your flexed position. Keep the same hand as leg on the circle. On the other side, bend your elbow and place your upper arm against the ground. We're gonna go into a single leg bridge, a glute bridge, so we're not articulating, not rolling, but just pressing straight up and straight down. Now, depending on the length of your arm and the strength of your hip, you may not get very high in this. Good. Let's just work on finding it. So finding the connection to the mat, to our foot, to our hamstring. Good. Let's press it up and down. If this arm is working for you, you can lengthen it out and lower. Good. Press and lower. Couple more. Up and good. And reach. and down. Let's go for 2. Press and lower. 1 more. Press and lower. Go ahead and straighten this leg out. Take your opposite hand to the circle. Let's just get that outer thigh stretch while we're here. Ooh, doggy. That's it. That's the one. Good. Reach it all the way back to center. Exchange hands. Go for the inner thigh stretch here. Try to keep this other hip down. Go to a level that works for you. I will do the same for me. Good. Bring it all the way across. Circle on the outer edge of the arch. Flex your foot and just come into an outer thigh stretch for a moment. Little pigeon. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Excellent. Let's reach all the way up. Circle it out. Bend this knee down. I have not forgotten, we have a whole other side to do, but right now we're gonna go fishing. We're gonna reach the circle up, hook it around your knee, bend your elbows, see if you can come all the way up to a seated position. Reach it all the way down to your curl, release, lift up, and reach back through your plants. Good. And again, curl up, go fishing, pull. Lifting up, get tall, 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 fold in that hip, use your hip, reach it all the way down. Good, and stretch. Yes, here we go, 2 more, curl. Thinking about the length of that neck, the orientation of your head to the exercise we did in the circle earlier. And 1 more time. Curling it up, reaching to the top, lifting up nice and tall, rolling down, extend, and bring it back behind. Good. All right, friends. Let's bend the other knee up. Let's get the heel into position. Place it down. When you're ready, we are pulling in and releasing out. Again, standing into this hip and sliding it away. Good. Pull and release. Good. Pull and reach. And pull. Good. And again, always thinking about not just the moving side as being the working side, but also the stabilizing side. So just like we did with the arm presses, can we push both ends of the circle together, reaching your sits bone, maybe finding a little action from the back of your leg. Good. Press, reach, and engage. Good. We've got 4 more here. Pull and reach. And 3. Good. 2. Breaking the pencil behind the knee. Good. Last one. Pull it in to stay and then lift it to a level you can manage. We're going down, release, down, release, down, and up, down. Good. Press and press. 2 more. Press. And we're just going to try those little pulses. Here we go. Just pulse, 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 pulse. And good. It's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Release. Go ahead and extend that leg all the way out. Very nice. We're going to bend it back up. Take the other leg into the ball of the foot, or the other ball of the foot into the circle. We'll push up. And then we'll flex it down. Good. Getting some good calf stretches. So move with alignment, but also play with different alignments, right? So sometimes turning it out a little bit gets a better or different stretch, one that you need. Sometimes turning it in a little bit can get a different area. As long as it feels interesting and sensational in all of the good ways, then I think we're good. Good. All right. Flexing back, we're going to keep the same hand, bend your elbow, and this bent elbow is just to find your shoulder blade. Are we ready? We're pressing up and down. Press through the back, through the foot, and lower. Good. Reaching up through both legs. So this straight leg is not just hanging out, it's really working. Good. And reach. Up. And good. Up. And down. Lift. You got it. Couple more here. 4 and lower. That's it. 3 and lower. Good work, everybody. 2 and lower. One more time. Reach and lower all the way down. Go ahead and straighten that leg. Exchange hands. Cross your body. Find the stretch. Good. That's it. Let's go to the other side. Reach it all the way out. Big inner thigh stretch. Work to keep this other hip down and open. Good. Let's bend. Take the outer edge of the foot into the circle. Pull it towards you. Just looking for ranges that might be available to you. Excellent. Good. Release. We're going to place that foot down. We're going to go fishing on this side. So here we go. Reaching forward. Pull. Lifting up. Oh, a different challenge on this side. Lifting. Good. Rolling back. Reaching down. Release. Stretch. I'm going to move away from my plant a little bit. Good. Curl. Press to come up. Oh, that's it. Roll it back. So it's pressing into that knee. Again, just looking always for those moments of opposition. So from here, my legs stay solid, my arms can help me, then my hip helps me get up, and then my legs stay solid and reaching into the circle as I lower down, and I find that stretch. 2 more times over here. Reach it, pull it, lift it up, stretch it nice and tall. Good. Roll it down, release, lengthen. Good. Last one. Reach it forward, bend your elbows, pulling all the way up to the top. Good. Let's lower all the way down. Excellent. And reach out and bend both knees. We're going to take our legs right into the handles through. So we're pushing outward onto the handles themselves. And we're gonna take the hands behind your head and just extend your legs up. And we're just pressing out and release. Good. Pressing out and release. And press and release. Good. And press and release. Twice more. Finding as balanced engagement through the hips as we can. Good. Let's press out to stay. Find a working position. Deep breath in. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Feel that connection to the back of your head and your hands. We're going to lower down and lift up. Lower down. Press out to lift up. Lower. Press out to lift. Good. Lower. Press out to lift. 2 more times. Last one. Press out to lift. Now, can you drop the circle and catch it at some point? Ooh, and if it falls on your thighs and it lands there, then hey, you are ahead of the game. All right, so we're on the outer thighs here. We're going to just take a little walk here, moving one leg in the direction of the forward, and then taking it and moving the other one. So with the legs low, we're not gonna get a ton of, let's say, coordination with the circle. So just let it be what it is. I just like the outward pressure of it as we work our scissors. If this is working for you, then you can take your exhale, pull it up, reaching out and around. There we go. Sometimes you have to adjust. It's the nature of the beast of the circle. Good. reach. This is also nice to do with an elastic if the circle isn't working for you. Press, good, reach, and press. 2 more, reach, and press. Last one, reach, and press. Good, bend your knees down. Outer thigh of the circle. We're articulating the bridge with the circle. Ready? Here we go again, rolling up. We're gonna reach up to the top, a little higher than before maybe. Roll all the way down. I always like this as a hip flexor stretch. Getting those outer thighs engaged can be just a nice place to be. Lifting up, lowering all the way down. Good. Rolling up, finding that ripple. Good. Rolling all the way down. 2 more. Good. All the way down, reaching through each bone of the spine. Last one, find the freedom up at the top, press a little higher, and roll it all the way down. Good, bend your knees. Let's take the circle out. Let's put it in our hands, lengthen the legs forward, flex your feet, curl forward. Hopefully this is gonna be a nice long reach. Let's do a couple roll-ups and roll-downs just to find that fluid motion. Stretching back, flex to reach, exhale, curling up. Point to roll back. Reaching overhead. Curling up, good. Working through all those pieces and parts. Last time, rolling down. And flex to reach up. Curl forward. Good, big stretch over the top. Take the circle and just hook it around your feet and see if you can bring yourself into a deeper stretch here. We'll be here for 4 more counts. 3, 2, and 1. Good, lengthen all the way up. All right, we're just coming into almost the end of our time together, so come up on your knees with me if you would. We're gonna try a little plank position with the circle. I do realize that this doesn't work for everyone, so what I'll ask you is if the proportions of the circle to your body aren't making this happen, use your imagination. It's simply feedback, so it's not, you're not gonna miss out on the plank work. You'll get the plank, right? So I like to just find the place that's on, where is that? Below my belly button. I have to really think about it because I have a lot of numbness and scarring down there, so I don't always know where it is. And that's one of the reasons why the feedback can help. So I have hands underneath shoulders. I'm gonna tuck one toe under, and I've got that circle not supporting me, just reminding me of what this empty space is or can be. We're gonna energize our arms, bring the other leg back, and just breathe. Good, finding a nice position. So there is a sense of feeling a bit of support from the front body to the back body. I'm not thinking belly button to spine. I'm thinking widening through my back. So I'm pushing down through my support systems and lifting up through my center. So I'm not just letting everything hang, but creating a nice solid shape. Good, we're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, bend your knees down. Go ahead and take your circle out. We're gonna reach it long. Heel of your backhand forward. Go ahead and extend your front leg, and this might be enough, right? But if it's not, if you're feeling spicy, find that simple position, and then can you press up to your plank? Good. Same engagement for 4, not easy. And 3, I'm not gonna pulse the circle, but you know you could. Good. And 1, go ahead and lower one knee down, the other knee down. I'm rethinking my actions. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a totally different mind game. So reach it forward, find that hand, wide hand, same leg as hand, and if you have a different or better situation, go for it. Shift into that leg, tuck your toe, press it back, hold it there, reach. Good, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down, good. All right, go ahead and take your circle, reach it, take your hands forward, your hips back. Good, bring both hands to the front of the mat, shift your hips to the back. Good, bring both hands to the back of the mat, shift your hips to the front. Good. So the only thing we really haven't done much of is extension in a prone position. I'm gonna move my mat back. My favorite thing to do with the circle is simply slide it on the floor in a swan or an extended back. So take your hands onto the handles. If you have a carpet, you're just gonna have to work the hands a little bit more. So focus is down to the mat. We're gonna reach the arms out to lift the shoulders. And then pull your shoulder blades back until your collarbones widen. And feel the pull of the blades together is what lifts you up. It's almost like you're dragging the mat forward with your pelvis as you drag the circle back with your shoulder blades. And then lengthen all the way out. Good, let's do that a couple more times. Slide them up, slide them down, lifting up. The dance party version of extension. I have questions about my music today. It's all right. It happens. Every now and again, a little rave song sneaks in. Pull it down. Lifting up. Find that nice lengthened swan. Up to the top. Good. And reach. All right, one last little challenge here. We're gonna put the circle similarly to what we did earlier, hands on either side of the handle and your head focused down. Now, we've just done our swan, and we might want a little more slide on the elbows. The goal is to feel the shoulders pull back in the same way they did, and then press your head back into the circle to slide your elbows towards you, and maybe you get up super high, or maybe you don't get up very high at all, and then reach your elbows forward to lower down, and you can even tuck your head in here. So feel the shoulders slide back, feel the back of the head press gently to lift up. Good. If you feel good here, you might be able to release one elbow, release another elbow. You know what's coming. Release both elbows, and then lower all the way down. Woo! Let's do that one more time. Shoulders pull back. Gentle pressure through the back of your head. Gentle. Good. Find that expression of your swan. You release one elbow. You release the other elbow. Find your upper back. Release both elbows. Flip. And find your extension. Oh, it's a party trick. Did you see it? Good. Reach it all the way out. That's all we're going to do. Right there. I like to rock it side to side. Getting into a shoulder stretch here. We're gonna release the circle. We're gonna leave that sucker there. Go ahead and press up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, find a pike. Lift your heels. Good. Press them down. Good. Lifting up. Pressing down. And then do the best you can to walk your feet in. Bend your knees, slowly roll up. Ooh, feel that new found length, hopefully, potentially. Turn to face me. Let's take a deep breath in. Easy shoulders, freedom in the arms. Let's circle one arm back, circle the other arm back. Good, one more time. Excellent. So good to be with you today. I'm gonna turn up before my little hour alarm goes off. I hope that some of you were able to join live. If you're not joining live, I hope you're enjoying the recording. Such big love for joining me anytime for class, whether it's in JZ Studio or another venue. I truly, truly appreciate you I do this for you. I can't see you, but I'm thinking of you. You're all in the room with me. It's the best part of my day, and it really truly fills my heart and my spirit and my creativity and my purpose to be here with you and for you. So please let me know if there's anything you need at all. You can email me at coachjz@jennazaffino.com. For those of you who joined for this one class, I don't want to be salesy, but it's pretty too good to pass up. For $4 more, you can get 5 classes a month. Just saying. So check it out, jennazaffino.com/jzstudio. I'll be here every week. I love you. Have a wonderful day.